Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about men who don't use social media. And I think this is one of those topics that doesn't get talked about enough, but it's something that a lot of women actually find incredibly attractive. Now, I know we live in a world where everyone is constantly online. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. It feels like if you're not posting, you don't exist. But here's the thing. There's something really refreshing and honestly pretty magnetic about a man who's not glued to his phone or constantly seeking validation through likes and comments. So, if you're someone who doesn't use social media much, or if you've been wondering whether that's hurting your dating life, stick with me. Because I'm going to break down why women find men who don't use social media attractive, what it signals about your character, and how it can actually work in your favor. The first thing that makes men who don't use social media attractive is it signals confidence and self-security. And I think this is huge. When a man doesn't feel the need to constantly post about his life, share every moment, or seek validation from strangers online, it shows that he's secure in himself. He doesn't need external approval to feel good about who he is or what he's doing. And that kind of quiet confidence is incredibly attractive to women. It shows that he's comfortable in his own skin, and that his sense of worth doesn't depend on how many followers he has or how many likes his photos get. Women are naturally drawn to men who are self-assured. And when you're not constantly performing for an audience online, it signals that you're living your life for yourself, not for other people's approval. And that's really powerful. The second thing is it shows you're present and engaged in real life. One of the biggest complaints I hear from women about dating today is that men are always on their phones. Whether it's scrolling through Instagram during dinner, checking notifications constantly, or being more interested in what's happening online than what's happening right in front of them. When a man doesn't use social media, or uses it very minimally, it shows that he values real-life connections over digital ones. He's present when you're together. He's engaged in the conversation. He's not distracted by his phone every 5 minutes. And that presence is something women deeply appreciate. It makes us feel valued, seen, and like we actually matter to you. In a world where everyone is constantly distracted, being fully present is a rare and incredibly attractive quality. The third thing is it reduces drama and insecurity in relationships. Let's be honest. Social media can create a lot of unnecessary drama and insecurity in relationships. Whether it's liking other women's photos, following exes, or getting DMs from random people, social media opens the door to a lot of potential issues. When a man doesn't use social media, it eliminates a lot of that noise. There's no wondering who he's following, what he's liking, or who's messaging him. It creates a sense of security and trust that's really hard to find when social media is heavily involved. Now, I'm not saying that using social media automatically makes you untrustworthy, but I am saying that not using it removes a lot of potential complications. And for women who've dealt with trust issues or drama related to social media in past relationships, a man who doesn't use it can feel like a breath of fresh air. The fourth thing is it shows you have depth and substance. Men who don't use social media tend to have more depth and substance to their lives. They're not focused on curating a perfect image or chasing trends. They're focused on building real skills, pursuing meaningful goals, and developing genuine relationships. When you're not spending hours scrolling through feeds or worrying about your online presence, you have more time and mental energy to invest in things that actually matter. Your career, your hobbies, your health, your relationships. And that depth is incredibly attractive. Women want to be with men who have substance. Men who have interesting things to talk about, who are passionate about something, who are building a life that's meaningful. And often, men who don't use social media are doing exactly that. The fifth thing is it signals emotional maturity and independence. Social media can be incredibly addictive and emotionally draining. It's designed to keep you hooked, constantly comparing yourself to others, seeking validation, and feeling like you're missing out. When a man doesn't use social media, it shows that he's not caught up in that cycle. He's emotionally mature enough to recognize that social media doesn't add real value to his life, and he's independent enough to not need it. That kind of emotional maturity is really attractive to women. It shows that you're not easily influenced by trends or peer pressure. You're making conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. And that level of self-awareness and independence is something women deeply respect. The sixth thing is it creates mystery and intrigue. In a world where everyone shares everything online, there's something really intriguing about a man who doesn't. When you're not posting about your life constantly, it creates a sense of mystery. Women have to actually get to know you to find out what you're about, what you're doing, and what matters to you. And that mystery is attractive. It makes women curious. It makes them want to spend time with you and learn more about you. Instead of being able to scroll through your profile and feel like they already know everything about you, they have to actually engage with you in real life. That creates a deeper, more meaningful connection. And it makes the relationship feel more special because it's not something that's being broadcast to the entire world. The seventh thing is it shows you value privacy and boundaries. Men who don't use social media tend to value their privacy. They don't feel the need to share every detail of their life with the world. And that's really attractive to women who also value privacy and boundaries. When you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't use social media, it feels more intimate and protected. Your relationship isn't on display for everyone to see, comment on, or judge. It's something that's just between the two of you, and that creates a sense of safety and exclusivity that's really special. Women appreciate men who respect boundaries and who understand that not everything needs to be shared publicly. It shows maturity, respect, and a deeper understanding of what really matters in a relationship. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying that using social media makes you unattractive or that you need to delete all your accounts to be appealing to women. Social media can be a great tool for staying connected, building a business, or sharing your passions. What I am saying is that men who don't use social media, or who use it very minimally and intentionally, often have qualities that women find incredibly attractive. Confidence, presence, emotional maturity, depth, and a focus on real-life connections. If you're someone who doesn't use social media much, don't feel like you're missing out or that you need to change. You're actually standing out in a really positive way. And if you do use social media, think about how you're using it. Are you using it intentionally, or is it just a habit? Are you present in your real-life relationships, or are you constantly distracted by your phone? The key is to be intentional about how you spend your time and energy. Focus on building a life that's meaningful, being present with the people who matter, and developing the qualities that make you genuinely attractive, not just online, but in real life. So that's all I have for this one. If you found this helpful or interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comments, do you use social media? And if not, have you noticed it affecting your dating life in any way? I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.